This story was sent to us from Jill in Dallas. I'm a 27-year-old female who has been working as a flight attendant at major airline for the past 4 years. I enjoy my job very much, especially the perks that come along with it. However, it can be a very lonely job during layovers. For those of you who don't know, a layover is a period outside of flight time. About 5 months ago, I was working on a direct flight from New York to London. During the flight, there was a passenger who was very belligerent. It seemed he had a few drinks too many, and I had to ask him a few times to keep his voice down. Usually when a passenger is too drunk to travel, they will be stopped at the gate and won't be allowed to board the flight. In this case, the passenger had slipped under the radar. About 2 hours into the 8-hour flight, myself and the rest of the cabin crew began serving meals. The passenger had ordered his meal without a drink, which was a bit unusual. After the meals were served, he reached into the overhead compartment and pulled out a water bottle that was clearly filled with alcohol. I walked over to the passenger and explained to him that all alcoholic beverages consumed during flights needed to be purchased on board. He became very upset and started cursing. After a few moments, he calmed down. Our flight landed in London at about 10 o'clock that evening, and by the time I got my hotel room it was shortly after 11 o'clock. I was so tired and had to be up early the following day for work. While in the lobby waiting to be checked in, I saw the same passenger from the flight. He was alone. He was still visibly drunk, and I tried my best not to make eye contact with him. I finally got the keys to my room and decided to make a quick stop at the bar before heading upstairs. I ordered a cocktail to go, and as I stepped on the elevator to go up to my room on the 8th floor, the man from the plane held the door. I hadn't seen him on the elevator until I was already on the elevator. I thanked him for holding the door and told him, "8th floor please," when he asked, "Oh, that's the same floor I'm going to." I just smiled without saying a word. "What you got in your hand?" he asked. I told him it was just a cocktail. "Oh, is that so? I thought you had something against people who drink," he said sarcastically. I guess he was referring to the interaction we had on the flight. I didn't respond, and before I knew it, the elevator stopped on my floor. I exited the elevator and made my way to my room. As I opened the door to my room, I noticed that the man was opening the door of the room next to mine. I thought about asking the lady at the front desk for a new room, but I was too tired to go through all of the hassle. I entered my room, and as soon as I shut the door and attempted to lock it, the man pushed his way into my room. He pushed the door so hard it knocked me to the ground immediately. He jumped on top of me, and I began to scream. He quickly put his hand over my mouth and told me to shut up or else he was going to hurt me. "I'm the one with the power now," he said. I quickly remembered everything I learned in self-defense class, and I began scratching his eyes. When I scratched his eyes, he moved his hand from my mouth, and I used my knee to kick him in the you-know-what. I jumped up quickly and tried to run out the door, then he grabbed me by the neck from behind. I started screaming for help, and no one was coming. I was able to reach for the doorknob, and when I opened the door he let me go. I ran out of the room, and he chased me down the hall and onto the elevator. I kept pushing the button to take me to the lobby, and he kept pushing the button for the door to open. Finally, another man came out of his room, which scared off the man who attacked me. Later that night, I was able to give the police a statement. They arrested him when he returned to the hotel. I was told that he also assaulted 2 other women at a bar before returning to the hotel. Ladies, be careful out there, you never know who you will encounter.